Thank you for watching the replay. Welcome to all of my edgies. I am sitting on the floor, getting ready to meditate. Hello, hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Come on in. I'm going to meditate in a few minutes, but I would love to have a talk with you before we meditate. Hi, Bill. Hi, Yasta. Or Yasada. Welcome. So, I am currently waiting. Happy New Year to you, too. I am currently waiting for Anita Wingley to post, or to get on, hi Jackie, to get onto Periscope so that I can do the Move, Breathe, Be challenge. And I figure I'll just scope while doing it so you can watch a meditation and you can go through it with me if you are up for it. And I wanted to add a little bit of blue to my thing today. Yes, I am coloring. I've been trying to color like one color at the beginning of each of my question and quote scopes so that I actually remember to do it, because otherwise I just overwhelm myself with random work things all day long, which is pretty much. She said that she was going to be on at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So, I am waiting. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time right now. And I think that's all the blue that I'm going to do today. Okay, but at least I got an idea of what I'm going to do. I've got my little like chill lights on and everything. I'm ready to do this. So... And it's funny because normally I'm like up so late at night, so I really wouldn't care typically. However, tomorrow I am going to, tomorrow I'm going to take a big trip. Not that big, it's like 3 hour. I'm going to take a 3-hour trip to Lake Worth to actually take a beach yoga class with Beach Yoga Girl. So I'm so excited, and I just signed up like tonight because I didn't know that my boyfriend was going to be hunting, so hopefully he'll catch a big ass deer, and then maybe I'll get some deer meat. We'll see. I haven't had it in like so long, but I do think it's good. So anyways, normally on Sundays we go to the beach on IG. Oh, I didn't see. I actually looked a couple times. Twitter at box_edge. Hi, Lena. So yeah, so he's off doing that, and normally we go on adventures on Sunday, and he doesn't really care about yoga, so I figured what better time for me to go ahead and just go for it and take a trip down to Lake Worth. yeah, I actually looked like a few times yesterday and I didn't see any, but I'll check. I think there's like a spam too, like area, so just in case it went there, I'll check there too, now that I know you did. So yeah, so on my Instagram I posted this thing because I'm like so excited that I'm going. And Carrie like is very inspirational to me. She actually is probably one of the main accounts that got me into trying beach yoga, and that's kind of really stuck. So hopefully y'all have been seeing some of these awesome pictures on Instagram that I got at the beach last. This is like my favorite right now. Yeah, I'm going to Carrie's beach yoga class tomorrow. And that is what I was talking about. So I'm waiting for Anita. Yeah, I think like one of the first ones that I did too was by her. So it's like so amazing to see like how big that she has grown. I love her. If you're not following at Beach Yoga Girl yet, you really should. Yeah, I'm super excited. Oh my gosh, I feel like I almost made the question of the day, like something like, what do you do when you're new to something? Because I felt like, do you remember the first time you went to kindergarten and how like you had to have like all your clothes? Okay, maybe not all of you did this, but remember, I'm like totally perfectionism, OCD, crazy person. So I had to have like all of your clothes laid out. You even like picked out your underwear and like what shoes were gonna go with it. And like what you were gonna say about yourself. Well, I have the computer screen over here, so it's helping. Oh yeah, and like you washed your hair. I didn't get a chance to wash my hair. That's the only thing. I'm gonna feel kind of nappy, but that's okay. And you just like, you got everything perfect so that you could go to kindergarten. And I felt like that tonight. I was like, okay, what are my like best yoga clothes? And so I'm gonna wear my Bellini outfit, the top that I got, and then I was like, okay, so now it's gonna be cold for Florida, because tomorrow, you guys, it's like, it's gonna be super cold compared to what I'm used to. It's gonna be like in the 60s. I gotta flip you sideways because my battery is dying. I kind of thought we would be meditating by now. Yeah, so, and then I was like, alright, I gotta think of some questions because I'm gonna drive all the way down there. I gotta ask her some really good questions. And I'm hoping that Nick is there too, because I really want to talk to him about his journey, because he had a very long journey in his life as well. I know. I feel bad because I know that many of you... Oh, that works. Okay. I know that like many of you are freezing your butts off. And it just got below like 80 today. And I was like, ooh, it's a little bit chilly today. So, yeah, I found out that my laptop is good like for lighting whenever I'm sitting in the dark. But it doesn't like blind me because I have my LED light, which is actually like right there, which is from like Home Depot, but it kind of is like, wah! Okay, yes. Yeah, I know. Just meditate, I guess. And I might just sit here silently on scope in memory of Move, Breathe, Be meditation. I'm glad you were here, though. So before it gets too far in, I will tell you today's quote of the day. I know. I know that she's been really busy because she's been traveling, so she might not even realize what time it is. Today's quote of the day is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. It says, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Awesome. From the Inspiration 365 Days. It's on my blog, from Zig Ziglar, if you like want a copy, because everyone I feel like should have this book. And that's so great. I didn't even look at the quote actually before putting up the question of why do you meditate, or why meditate. But that's actually a perfect quote for what we're doing, because so first answer, like, why meditate? So do you meditate, and if so, why? Why do you? I feel like I look to one side way more than the other. If I can flip this up right, that would be awesome, but it's not going to work. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm going to try to, like, angle it so I can actually start looking at you. You're on top of my, like, foam roller, if you didn't notice the little spiky things already. I'm waiting for answers. So why meditate? I'll tell you a little bit about why I meditate while you're typing. So I was in a very dark and deep hole probably like 3 months ago, and I've never really been one to meditate. Like, I think a lot. And I used to think that was good enough. I used to think, oh, I'm like so connected with myself. My whole life I have been a very big thinker. so much to the point that I could not hardly sleep in high school because I would just think and think and think and think. It just wouldn't turn off. And then I didn't really know that meditation was a lot about turning off kind of that like hamster wheel going on in your head. And so 3 months ago, it's probably about 3, maybe 4 now, I had a really, really bad time in life. I just hit this wall. See? So then maybe you can learn from this, Lena. Lena, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I hit this wall and I just really felt terrible. Like I had a lot of things going on emotionally and in my life, and just so much pretty much compiled into like a whole crap load of depression. So that's exactly how I felt when I was 16, and that's why I asked, because I kind of wish I would have been practicing this longer, because if I had, I think I would have found, hi Nick, I would have found myself a lot sooner, and maybe wouldn't have had to go through so many tough times to like progress. So if you start meditating, Lena, I think that you would see like a huge difference in the speed that you go through your maturation of life, and I would love to hear how it goes if you do. And so I'll try to lead you on a meditation tonight, only because it does not seem like Anita is. And I am not really amazing at it. However, when I teach my girls, I'm just looking to see if she's on. No. When I do teach my girls, many of the things that I do teach them are pretty much a lot to do with meditation. It's just, I'm used to speaking the words, not necessarily sitting in thought. So once I hit that deep hole, I actually went to a therapist for the first time in my life 4 months ago, and it was really scary because I had no idea what to expect, and I told her that I didn't want to take drugs. I just really wanted to help myself as much as possible from within first, and she did have me try a few different meditations with her help. And it was so intense, it was like I wanted to think about so many different things, and she was like, no, stay focused on one area. And so we focused on, the area, of course, that I was having a problem in, and just to even focus on one thing, I noticed how hard it was, and my mind kept wanting to diverge off to something else because I didn't want to face it. And so even whenever I did face it with her help, it was kind of weird because I didn't really understand what I was feeling or thinking or what I was saying. She'd be like, well, how does that make you feel? And I'd be like, I don't know, sad, or I just feel okay. Is it supposed to make me feel some way? And at first I kind of thought after the first one, okay, that was alright, but I don't really understand why I was doing that. But then after the second one, I got a little more comfortable, and I could feel how it was making me face some of my, internal, demons. And I would cry, every time. But I cry about everything, so that wasn't, necessarily going to happen to everyone. And so then I started doing it by myself. I just go onto YouTube. So here's a trick. I meditate, first of all, to answer the question. I meditate to clear my mind, to balance everything out, because if I don't have a pause, then I will be like your phone after watching 20 hours of Periscope straight and just be and just break. So my mind needed that, cooling down moment. Has your phone done that? Because my phone does that when I watch Periscope. It literally turns off Periscope, and there's a little thing in the notification that says cooling down. So your brain needs a cooling down notification every so often. And if you don't do it, eventually it might do it for you, but you probably don't want to get to that point. So that's why I started meditating. I am not going to lie, I'm horrible at keeping accountable with it. I probably have only done it like 4 times in the last 4 months. However, it's when I realize that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like so overwhelmed, and I notice that I haven't really taken a break and a breather for my mind, that I say, okay, I'm going to do it tonight. And actually, I did it last night. Last night, I started to feel that way because I started to notice how many ridiculous amounts of yoga challenges I put myself accountable for this month. Bad idea. And all of the different work that I am signed up to do this month. Not a bad idea, but you know, it's got to be done. And then all of my business plans, hey Jules, that I wanted, yeah, I feel like I am in everything. And that's something I have to focus on. I am slowly releasing stuff. So, but because I had realized what kind of like crazy load I had taken on, I was stressing out, and I realized, okay, I have to stop. I have to take a break. And tonight I will, hi Arlen, tonight I will meditate. And so this is for, you know, for Lena, if you're new to meditating, or for anyone watching this, if you're new to meditating and you're like, I have no idea what to do, don't worry. Like, I wouldn't suggest just try sitting there and thinking about nothing, because every single person that I have heard that tries to do that is like, that's a terrible idea. You are just going to get discouraged and get really pissed off because your brain is going to pretty much take control of the wheel, and you'll probably end up just having a thinking session rather than a meditation session. And I did try that a couple times at first because I was like, oh, I can do this. Like, I'll just sit in silence. And I did one time successfully, and it was really powerful. I know, it's really hard. The one time I was able to do it, which maybe because I had watched a ton of like self-realization YouTube videos beforehand, so I was kind of like in the zone. It was so intense. It was like crazy. It was like, I think I was at a mental breaking point because it was when I was depressed and I was like just about to break, but I did it. And I felt like chills coming down my like body. And you know how they always talk about the light? Well, I never really like bought into the light idea. And that's exactly, you know, what my therapist had me doing the first time too. And I was like, I don't see a light. Yeah, well then good. So then you do. And that's what I was doing the time that I did not have a led meditation. I was focusing on my breath, and then my therapist had told me like try to like look for the light, and I did. I saw this like light, and it was so weird, and I was like, what's happening? I felt like I was being like abducted by aliens or something. Yeah, kinos are really good. Jules, I was trying to wait for Anita's. I'm like all set up and ready to go on the floor, and she hasn't done it, so I'm probably just gonna have to do one like by myself. Or what I was gonna say, for those of you who are like, I don't know how to just sit there and be silent. So don't do that, because don't get discouraged. Instead, what I do now, which is exactly what I did last night, and it really did help me, is I go to YouTube and I just type in guided meditation. So that's what I'm going to do right now, because as much as I would like to say that I could lead you in a meditation, I would be talking total BS, and I would hate to have that be your first experience with meditation. So, hey! I haven't seen you scope yet, but I checked out your profile in that, oh my gosh, I don't know, that Chinese guy's thing about the monkey earlier. And I thought you would be interesting. I totally missed the last 2 comments, I'm sorry. I was like thinking at the same time. Okay, so literally because, you know, I gotta go to sleep, because I gotta wake up at 3:30 in the morning. Liam, yeah. Which, by the way, I love how the universe works. Okay, so, by the way, I found her, I already forgot your name, on Liam something and others scope today, and it was so crazy because I had never heard of Liam before. I think that Gregory Reading might have shared him. I don't know how it popped up. And I had been thinking about, what I wanted to do with my blog and where I'm taking it. And so the first thing I wanted to offer on my blog, obviously, this is, how business works, and a very good idea anyways, is something free for you to download so that I can contact you and we can have an open communication, but then you get something out of it. Liam, right? I think so. And so I kept thinking, well, what am I going to offer that people want? And whenever Evelyn asked me a month ago to teach splits, and it seemed like a lot of people were like, I don't know how to do splits. I want to learn how to do splits, blah, blah, blah. Oh, just Liam. Oh, I didn't know that, but that would possibly make sense. Okay, so we'll call him Liam / Liam. I like Liam better. But okay, so I thought about teaching splits. And I did start teaching splits. And I even already have a video on my phone where I went ahead and videoed myself doing my splits practice. Every single random drill that I could think of that I would do to teach my girls dance splits. And I have it ready to go. I just need to put it together. And then yesterday I was adding the links to the how-tos for each of the yoga challenges that I'm participating in, because if you don't know this, on boxedge.org, if you click on yoga challenges at the top, I put my pictures and links to Gaia instructions, because I don't want to tell you something wrong, so I just say, well, Gaia has amazing instructions, so here it is, and I'm an affiliate for them, so I put that with my pictures. And anyways, I was doing that yesterday, and I saw one coming up that was a split, and I had no idea what the Sanskrit was for split, and what would you know, it's called a monkey pose, and I never knew that. Maybe a long time ago I knew that, but I did not realize that. And then I go on this morning to Liam's post, and he's talking about how on February 9th is going to be the year of the monkey. And I was like, what? This is crazy. So it totally solidified my idea to make a monkey splits challenge freemium for my blog. So now I just got to do it. And I'm going to do it. So that was crazy. But I am Triora? I don't know how to say it. Okay, wow. Off topic, but yeah, I was really excited about that, and I haven't even told anyone, so there it is, the announcements. Kaylee, thank you. I can probably remember that. My ex-boyfriend had a daughter named Kaylee. Okay. What am I looking up? Okay, I'm on YouTube, and I'm just going to type in guided meditation. So we'll just do this. My leg is already going to sleep. I have to change positions. Oh my gosh. Ouch. I found a really nice one yesterday. Yeah, okay, so I did... Here, let me show you. I'll unplug it for a second. I won't flip you so that you don't have to keep flipping them. Okay. Oh, it's got weird camera. Hold on. Alright. This is so hard to angle. However, the back camera is doing the weird crap again. Just let it sleep. Once you start meditation, try not to adjust. Really? I feel like I'm so scared to let that happen. Okay, so do you see this one? Crikey. I feel like I just sounded like Crocodile Dundee. Crikey! I don't think that's how you say it. Crikey. Okay, that's the only word that's coming out every single time I look at it, so we're gonna call it crikey. But I did his last night, and I really liked his voice, which I think is really important, because if you listen to one and you're like, oh, their voice is so annoying, then that's not gonna help you meditate. So I did do his last night, and I would really suggest it. It's really important because, like, my boyfriend has a hard time sleeping, and one time I was like, well, you know, maybe try a meditation, and so we put it on, and it was this woman, and she kind of had this, like, twang or something in her voice. It was something that just wasn't that calming, and he's like, I am never going to be able to sleep if I try listening to this, and I thought it was hilarious, but it is true, so... And I guess he really didn't want to listen to a dude putting him to sleep, so we had to find, like, a British woman. But I really like this guy's voice. So it's 16 minutes long. Let me see if there's another one, because maybe I'll try a different one. I think there was possibly one for sleep. Oh, he doesn't have, like, that many videos. He has 4 videos. Oh, okay, so then maybe I should do the same one. But then again, I don't actually know which one of his I did, because I'm on a different YouTube channel signed in on this computer. So let's do the shorter one, just because it's now an hour later than what now I have 5 hours to sleep. Yeah, I'm probably going to drink a lot of coffee tomorrow. Okay, so 15-minute guided meditation for relaxation and self-acceptance. I like that because I even did my hashtag unconditional acceptance in the video. So, yeah, this is a little bit long, but I just know that I like his voice, so I'm going to do it. And you totally don't have to stick around if you don't want to. It is absolutely fine. But I'm going to count this as my Move, Breathe, Be post. So I'm going to go ahead and do it and hopefully learn something from it. Okay. And yesterday I did it with headphones on. Yeah, sounds good.
Tuesday.
Advertisement.
Research encouraged by the Dalai Lama.